Hi, everyone. I just got done with oral surgery. Shout out to my oral surgeon, Dr. Eric Taylor in Rochester, Michigan, because I feel great, but I'm also on some things to make me feel great. And I wanted to go over this because I have a lot of patients who go through surgery in general, right? Not only oral surgery, but other surgeries. And I get the question all the time of, what do I do before surgery? Because every medical doctor or dentist or surgeon, whatever kind of surgeon you're going to, has a protocol, of course, but they always aren't educated on supplements. Dr. Taylor's office is, which is wonderful. One of the reasons why I choose them, if you have to choose any kind of surgeon, oral surgery, I tell them all the time. But anyway, I just had an implant just in case you guys needed to know. What I do as a naturopathic doctor while I am preparing for surgery or recovering from surgery, I try to avoid it at all costs because it is, of course, I'm a naturopathic doctor. If we don't have to cut, that is ideal. But if we do, making sure that you're going to the person that you really feel comfortable with. You really feel like your values align and that you have the same, you feel comfortable communicating if something happens to go wrong. Now, hopefully it doesn't, because you're doing all the prep work before and then you have the tools after to make sure that you are feeling well. So I'm going to go through. I just made a big order on FullScript, which I'm so excited about, and it just came today. And so, but I'm going to kind of go through of what I'm going to do to help myself to recover and a little bit what I did do to help to prepare. So to start off, I went off of my fish oil. This is the fish oil. I don't know if you can see it, but this is the fish oil that I like. It's called Protocol for Life Balance, and it's from, that's the brand, and it's the Ultra Omega 3. And I like this one because it is affordable, first of all, and it's incredibly pure. It's very pure fish oil, which is important because a lot of fish oils can be contaminated with heavy metals if you don't get a good brand. And you want to make sure that you're refrigerating them. That being said, I went off of this one because before my surgery, because excuse me, even though it is an anti-inflammatory, there's some thought that there is some blood thinning effects. And even though it's just oral surgery, I still don't want to bleed too much. So I stopped this, but I will be going back on it as soon as I can. Okay, now I'm going to take a drink because I'm coughing. Which brings me to my next thing that I'm going to make sure that I do. I did before and after. This is optimal electrolytes. I don't know if you can see it, but it's from the brand called Seeking Health. Seeking Health was created by naturopathic Dr. Ben Lynch, who wrote the, shout out to him as well, who wrote the book Dirty Genes. I like this electrolyte powder specifically because of the ingredients. All electrolyte powders, just like all supplements, are not created equally. However, today when my blood was drawn, it was hard to find a vein, and I'm usually not hard to find a vein, but I was dehydrated because I worked out, and to treat myself, I had 2 cups of coffee because I thought, oh, I'm having a procedure done. Then I ended up being dehydrated. So I really want to make sure that I'm hydrated while I'm healing. So I'm going to include a lot of electrolytes. There's some in my water bottle here that's glass. And there is, this one is the natural lemonade flavor. Like I said, I just got a new shipment in from FullScript, the supplement distributor. And so this is my first time trying it. I do like it. It's yummy. Okay. The next things I'm going to do, making sure that, okay, this is kind of true confessions, but actually very important. Prescription drugs. because I told Dr. Taylor that I don't always take all of the prescription drugs that are prescribed to me, but these I'm going to take. So I've got ibuprofen. Excuse me. Ibuprofen is, this one's 600 milligrams. So a lot of my patients will say, I'm not going to take it. No, I don't need it. Take it. It is, and as long as you are staying hydrated and you're really supporting your digestive system with maybe some GI Revive or GI Benefits or bone broth or whatever you want to, glutamine, work with a practitioner to see which one is good for you to help to support your digestive system if you're going to take some ibuprofen for pain relief, and make sure you're really hydrated and only take it as directed. But this puppy is saving me. So I have 600 milligrams of ibuprofen because I'm a wimp when it comes to mouth health. My general dentist is HPS Dental and I love them. So anyway, shout out to them too. Now, the other thing that I'm taking is, it's called nystatin. Nystatin is an anti-yeast pill. And like I said, I don't like prescription drugs or surgery. However, I am a naturopathic doctor. However, I'm a human. I'm a naturopathic doctor, so I don't like prescriptions if we don't need them. Sometimes there's a place and a time for everything, right? So Donna at Dr. Taylor's office told me this, the nurse. And so, but anyway, nystatin is an anti-yeast, and it's very important to take because it is, I also like to drink beer in general or have a sugary sweet sometimes. And so I really try to keep my yeast levels in balance in general. So I'll use supplements like candibactin or oregano oil or garlic, something to keep my yeast levels down if I do want to indulge in a beer or a dessert. But especially when I'm on antibiotics, I'm going to take nystatin because that helps to keep the yeast at bay. But it also, there's two different types of anti-yeast prescription drugs, and they are nystatin or diflucan. Diflucan actually goes through the liver and puts more stress on your liver. Nystatin actually stays in your digestive tract. And we all know that our gut health is so important. And so we want to make sure, so that's why I prefer nystatin. Whenever I have an option, I ask for nystatin. I don't usually take it because I usually like to use herbal products as much as possible. However, again, when I'm having a surgery, then I want to take something that really gives a good effectiveness. So I'm taking nystatin, and then I'm also on an antibiotic, amoxicillin. I don't know if you can see it, but amoxicillin is an old, as we all know, antibiotic. And again, I hate antibiotics if we don't need them, but I also like my teeth. And so I don't want to compromise that. So I'm taking, for my prescriptions, I'm taking prescription strength Motrin, Advil, nystatin to help to support the yeast overgrowth, and an antibiotic to help to prevent infection. Back to the supplements, to help with healing, what I am taking is I am definitely putting in a good probiotic. So I really like these two probiotics. This one is new. It's from Thorne, and it's a women's women's daily probiotic. I also like Claire Labs Therabiotic, so that's why I said Therabiotic. But I got the women's daily probiotic today in preparation. And then I also love the orthomolecular, the orthobiotic. So I love that one because it has the Saccharomyces in it. And Saccharomyces is a type of yeast that is very good. It's not the Candida albicans that we're used to testing, or you might have heard of if you have looked into yeast at all. But it is The Saccharomyces is a different type of yeast, and it's a really nice broad spectrum probiotic. So I like either one of these. And then what I bought in preparation is, which I haven't tried yet, but I just love gummies in general because they're fun. Hence the reason why I have to have work on my mouth. But I wanted to try these zero sugar curcumin gummies from Nordic Naturals. Now, that being said, I don't usually like gummies for people who because they normally have sugar in them, or they're very hard to get enough in the particular in that particular dose. However, I love fruit snacks. True confession, Girl Scouts honor. But that being said, I don't like giving my kids fruit snacks, so I don't like to have them in my house. So sometimes when I buy on Fullscript, I buy treats for myself, and this is a treat for me. And the curcumin is really wonderful for decreasing inflammation. It's debatable whether we should do it before surgery or not. And so I just held off on it. And then when I get the clear to chew on both sides of my teeth, I'm going to try these out because curcumin is such a wonderful healing herb, and it helps to decrease the inflammation. And I'm hoping that eventually I'll have to take less anti-inflammatories prescription strength and go more toward, the curcumin and the Ultra Omega. So I love Nordic Naturals for a fish oil as a brand, but sometimes it can be a bit pricey. So I will let you know in the future if I like these curcumin gummies. But for right now, this was my treat that I got from Fullscript. And I just wanted to make sure to touch base on curcumin and turmeric. Just so you know, turmeric and curcumin, I use them interchangeably, but they are not exactly the same. But turmeric is the spice and curcumin is the actual medicinal ingredient. So I'm going to include some turmeric in my diet, and I'm going to definitely put it in my smoothies because I am only allowed to have soft food for 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. Good time to try out new protein powders. But when my mouth heals, I'm going to try the gummies, and I'll let you know. Other things, so we talked about the electrolytes to stay hydrated. I really want to make sure that I'm getting enough protein, so the different protein powders. I'll put curcumin in it, and I'll go back on the fish oil after the 2 weeks healing process. And then NAC is a wonderful, I like this brand, Integrative Therapeutics. NAC is N-acetylcysteine. NAC, a lot of times people will say, what are you saying when you're saying NAC? But I really like NAC, especially this time of year. It's springtime in Michigan, and there is tons of allergies out. I'm not sure if you can hear my sinuses, and I'm not quite sure if I'm allergic to the environment. I've been having more cream in my coffee, but there's some, or if it's the dental infection. But anyway, NAC, N-acetylcysteine, really helps to break down mucus. It's also the precursor to glutathione. Glutathione is a huge antioxidant, and it really helps with DNA repair. So it really helps your body. It gives your body some really good nutrients to help to repair itself. So that's why I recommend NAC, and I am going to take it myself. This one, I like this one because it's 600 milligrams, so you only have to take one capsule when you're taking it. But it makes your body make more glutathione. And again, glutathione is that molecule that really helps to support healing in your body. Now, one other thing that I want to add in, because like I said, I just got my Fullscript order, is Viracid. Viracid, and I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, Viracid, I've heard a whole bunch of different ways to pronounce it. However, this is a wonderful thing to keep in your medicine cabinet. The reasoning is because it's a great immune boosting support. So if you're feeling a little bit under the weather, or if you have some sort of virus that you want to fight off, this is wonderful to take if you just follow the directions on the bottle. Now, that being said, There is some vitamin A in it, so you can take too much of this, so be careful. I have some patients that love it so much that they say, ooh, I'm going to take it. This is going to be great. I'm going to take more of it and more of it and more of it. Fine if you're fighting off a virus. If you're not fighting off a virus, you can overdose on it. So be careful with it. But it works like a charm. That's why I love it. So if you're going on like a trip and you're going to fly and you want to have really prevention of, getting sick on the plane, or you're in a crowd, or you just want to boost your immune system, this is a great thing to take. Also with your elderberry syrup, but it's not good to take all the time. It's a good to kind of boost your immune system and then allow your body to take over, like your digestive system. So going back to those probiotics and GI Revive or GI Benefits or Bone Broth or Ultra GI Replenish, all these different brands. So anyway, I just wanted to check in and let you know about my oral surgery and my plan of action coming up of soft foods for the next 2 weeks with a lot of good protein powders and staying off of fish oil until my sutures heal, and the turmeric just in case at a higher dose. And really I'm going to focus on a lot of my phytonutrients, right? So a lot of good berries and really multicolorful veggies and like I said, a ton of protein, and really keep hydrated. And then I'm going to really work on self-care. So I'm going to go to bed early. I am going to meditate and just really take it easy and gentle on myself. So I just wanted to check in. If you have any questions about any of the products that I just recommend or talked about, or not recommended, but talked about, or if you want to know how I'm doing, just teasing, just shoot me a comment or shoot me a message or call the office, not really to ask how I'm doing. Don't call the office to ask how I'm doing. But feel free to put any questions that you have, reach out to me and I'll let you know. And that's all for now. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening.